The heavyweight division just keeps on delivering. Big fight after big fight. And the stakes will be high once again, as Joseph Parker takes on Fabio Wardley at the O2 on October the 25th.
It's going to be a fantastic fight. It's going to be excitement, and you're going to see it at the home of heavyweight boxing, DAZN, live. This is the best fight in the best. Two interim champions putting it all on the line. The winner gets Usyk.
After Alexander Usyk defeated Daniel Dubois at Wembley in July,
And he's good! Lays out Daniel Dubois! He's never gonna make it! He is undisputed for a third time!
it seemed inevitable that Parker would finally get another shot at a world title. A chance that his recent resurgence deserves.
I want to say, like, who's next? How do I fight for the world title next? How can I fight for the world title?
I feel a little bit sorry for Joe in the fact that he's had the run of form that he's had, and I think he's the most deserving heavyweight on the planet, and I think he should be getting that shot, and I feel like he's been treated a little bit unfairly.
But he's been made to wait by the undisputed champion.
This is a big fight, and I know that everyone keeps talking about Usyk, and that's who everyone wants to fight. But this is my Usyk now. Like, the target's on him, and nothing else matters. Because if I don't get this right, there's no point talking about any other fight.
While Parker's challenge for a second world title is on hold, it's another high jeopardy fight next. Fabio Wardley, the knockout artist with the highest KO percentage of any unbeaten heavyweight in the division.
Oh, they call this round 13. They're taking it where they left off, and down goes Clark. It's over. Round 1 KO. Fabio Wardley's done it.
War by name, war by nature.
His last fight, he was well behind.
He needs something to detonate on Hooney and stop the rhythm.
And he showed what he's all about, how dangerous he is at any moment in the fight where he can find that equaliser.
What a moment from Fabio Wardley, and it just takes one shot. Oh my word, that is unbelievable.
I don't profess to be any kind of Usyk, Justice Hooney, someone with all the skills, but one thing I do know how to do is win fights.
The perception is this fight is that Parker has more to lose.
Joseph Parker has more to lose. I think that's quite obvious because where he's been and where Wardley's come from, he's on the rise. I mean, he can still come back. It's a bigger road. It's a longer road back.
But Parker almost has to risk getting knocked out. I feel like this one's going to go from the very first round. I don't think there's going to be a feel-out round.
These guys are both big punchers. Neither of them can afford to lose.
Wardley has now risen into the top 10 of the ring rankings and has earned his seat at the summit of the heavyweight division.
For Fabio to step up and do what he's doing, with the amount of experience he's had, is unbelievable. You've got to take your hat off to him.
The 30-year-old has had a unique rise in the sport, a late comer to the professional game at the age of 22 after a spell in white-collar boxing.
I think it's probably unlike anything we've seen before. This guy first put on a pair of gloves at 20. He's almost making a mockery of the sport. That you can start boxing at 20 and be on the cusp of a world title shot. It's kind of crazy.
He's an exception to the rule. People think they can follow him and it'll be almost impossible. Watching him learn on the job as a professional has been quite interesting and very, very enjoyable.
I've got no questions about testing myself against the best in this division or in the world.
Parker has experience on his side. His story has been more traditional, but full of highs and lows. By the time he was 24, he had secured the WBO world title.
He became a world champion in his hometown. And I think that win has aged very well against Andy Ruiz because of what Andy Ruiz went on to do against AJ.
I think with Joseph Parker, winning the world title was phenomenal. A box ticked for him. But it didn't really seem or feel like, when you watch him, that he would go much further. You couldn't recognise Joseph Parker now from when he won the world title against Andy Ruiz.
How would the Joseph Parker sitting in front of me right now handle the Joseph Parker that beat Andy Ruiz to become world champion?
But me now, I would knock out that guy back in the park. That guy was, like, the Joseph Parker then boxed and trained, but didn't tick all the boxes in terms of preparation.
Parker faced Anthony Joshua in 2018, and despite being the first man to take him the distance, he was dethroned by the Brit.
It's been a gutsy effort this from Joseph Parker, but this one is slipping away now.
Then there was defeat to Dillian White. Parker had to rebuild and looked to be back in contention until he jousted with the juggernaut Joe Joyce.
Last round and Joyce has responded. Oh, what a shot! He's gone, the left hand from Joyce. And is he going to get up? I'm not sure he is. And he's counted out, it's all over. Joe Joyce by knockout in the 11th round.
Losing to Joe Joyce, at that time Joe Joyce was a monster. Everyone thought he was going to go on to maybe challenge or maybe win a world title. But it was the manner of defeat. He tried so hard.
I remember thinking, that's it. Like, it's not really there. And that's why you should be careful to write off fighters. Because I wrote them off. I never, in a million years, would have said to you that Joseph Parker, in 3 more years, would be the world #2. Like, without doubt, I think everyone says he's #2, maybe Caballero, but it's close. Never thought that. I thought he was damaged.
But Parker has bounced back incredibly, demonstrating resilience and heart. His dream of becoming a 2-time world champion is back on after a run of form masterminded by Andy Lee.
That run of 3 fighters that Joseph Parker had beat is the best in world boxing right now, I would say. Certainly heavyweight division.
I remember the narrative going into the Wilder fight. AJ was on the same card. I remember doing the interviews and all the talk was, okay, Wilder's gonna win and we're gonna do an AJ fight.
He had to take the Deontay Wilder fight because that was his way back in. But we all thought he was gonna get knocked out.
His trainer, Andy Lee, said, listen, we're here to fight fire with fire. We aren't just looking for a knockout, we expect it.
I don't like when people kind of revisit it and say, yeah, but Wilder was done. We didn't know he was done then. We still thought this Wilder was gonna be dangerous, and Parker put a beating on Wilder.
I think a lot of it's about confidence with Joe, and we see a more confident fighter and someone who's brave and someone who's not afraid to get hit.
Against Zhang, he knew he'd have to get hurt and he had to get off the floor to win. But a self-belief that I can empty his tank, and when I do, he's done.
After back-to-back victories, a world title fight was set, but a late opponent change posed a new challenge.
It was supposed to be Daniel Dubois, and up steps, at the time, the boogeyman of the heavyweight division.
I think the Piccoli fight is one that maybe doesn't get enough credit because he came in at such short notice, but everybody forgets that Piccoli was the guy that nobody wanted to fight.
And it was like, true to his word, all over the years, I'll fight anyone. Who is the best on the list? Piccoli, let's do it.
It's turning into a real fight. Oh, McCarthy's all over the place. What a shot from Joe Parker.
With Andy Lee in Parker's corner and Ben Davison in Wardley's, a sublime subplot will be the tactical battle as 2 of the best boxing minds go head-to-head.
I've been building and building and building all the way through my career to get myself to this point, and I'm right on the edge of it. Don't get me wrong, Joseph Parker is one hell of a competitor in front of me, but I'm right on the edge of putting my hands on the world title. So, yeah, I'm not letting anything get in front of me.
This fight isn't about fireworks, this fight is dynamite. The power that these 2 guys have got is phenomenal.
Joseph Parker's knocked out every single person that Wardley's knocked out.
I think there's a couple of ways that Joe can win. I think there's only one way that Fabio wins, and that's by knockout.
Joe will want to take the fight away from him, and he ain't going to fight on the back foot. Neither of these guys fight on the back foot. You know what it's going to be? An irresistible force against an immovable object.
This will be a war between 2 gentlemen of the sport, Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley.
He poses a lot of different questions and problems, which I'm going to have to figure out. But me and the team are extremely confident.
I can close my eyes and I just see myself winning and knocking him out. I have a lot to give. I still have a lot to give.
October the 25th in London. Only on DAZN. It's all or nothing.